in these emerging markets, you can be literally one out of one. And so you're going to be, anybody going to that market is going to want to look to stay at this most exclusive, unique property. And Jeff set me up for the question, if you're looking to do something Orlando-ish, they do theme rooms really well. They do princess rooms and Disney rooms, and they have slides in them and fireman poles and like incredible bunk beds.
Welcome to the STR Home Financing Podcast, where we believe a legacy is something you build, not just something you leave behind. And now, here's your host, Jeff Chisum.
Hi, this is Jeff Chisum with the STR Home Financing Podcast. So excited for our episode today, where we continue with our series, 3 Things That You Should Know. Today's guest is a owner. He is a dad. He is and I'm not going to continue because I'm going to let him share what he wants to share about his life, his STR experience, and what he's doing in the community. But welcome, Mark McDaniel. How are you today, sir?
I'm great, man. Thank you for that warm introduction.
Yeah, it's good to have you. So we'll jump into it. We continue with our kind of series and model on a micro podcast. So 3 things or 3 questions that we asked right off the bat: who you are, what makes you a human, family, where you live, anything that you want to share there, Mark.
Awesome, man. My name is Mark McDaniel. I'm a dad, a husband. We had an IT company until 2015. We sold it. We jumped into the STR space. What makes me a human is that I'm busted and I'm broken, and just like everybody else, like I've got a ton of faults, but hopefully through this, like somebody can see something greater through me. Hopefully I can pass that on to somebody else who wants to make a difference too.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we were all created for significance. I believe it. So tell us a little bit about, you mentioned your company that you sold. You got into short-term rentals back in, you said 2005?
2015, we sold an IT company, and then we started investing in some short-term rentals in the Smokies. We bought some, we sold some, we went through quite a few property management companies. And then within the past 2 years, we've actually created a property management company too, just because we just weren't getting what we thought we needed out of a property management company. So we set out to be the best in class property managers. And we come about it from an investor standpoint. So everybody wants to show up at their house and it be clean and operational, both the homeowners and the guest. And so we always like to say, everybody wants to be a millionaire for the weekend. And so we want to treat them like that. And then the homeowner wants it. They want an ROI, and they want somebody who knows and understands how to explain that and how to get that for them.
Oh, so that's awesome. And then you have your podcast. You want to mention a little bit about that, the Good Endeavor STR show?
Yeah. It's our way of contributing back to the short-term rental community. So this is something that started out of a conversation with my daughter. I actually went to her and wanted her to do a dad-daughter podcast just because I thought, hey, in 20 years, we can listen to this podcast that we created and we'll have just sweet memories. But as a 15-year-old will do, she gave me a big eye roll, but she inspired me to start this Good Endeavor short-term rental show based off of our short-term rental business. And so we interview a lot of folks and ask them personal questions of kind of what makes them tick and why they got into this.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love listening to stories, and love listening to stories that include people's journeys. So that's awesome. So we'll jump into the meat of the interview. You and I were talking about it, maybe some different subjects that we might talk about. And one thing that you mentioned really struck a chord with me, because I do consultation calls all day long with people around the financing piece. And where I usually lead, or what I usually lead with, is you've watched all my stuff out there, the mechanics of loans. So today I want to answer your questions, and I want to hear about the dream. And they get to share with me what they're looking to do. And we get to a question, or I get a question quite a bit, which is, hey, Jeff, I know this really isn't your thing, but where are people buying? People just don't want to make a mistake. They want to go into this and be successful. So we kind of landed today on sharing 3 things that people could go out and do that are already being done in highly successful markets and highly successful properties and duplicate those in maybe some emerging markets. So I'm excited, Mark, for you to share those three things that when you're looking at those top properties, what people really should be looking at to try to carry over into an emerging market, into the property that they're looking to buy.
Yeah. Real quickly, a plug for my buddy, Kenny Bedwell. He's created this incredible tool called STR Insights, and it's a great way to find out where those emerging markets might be. So
Kenny's been on the show before.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's great. But yeah, just as exactly like Jeff said, if I were brand new to the game, or what I'm actually looking to do now, we're actually looking to do some wedding venues, which I can see as short-term rental, but bring the best of the short-term rental industry into that. So find the market, first of all, and then look to be one out of one. So you might go to Orlando or Gatlinburg or Destin, Florida, and you find this incredible property. But there's so many properties out there that it might be one of a couple hundred that look like that. But it's the best of the best type of property you can get. But in these emerging markets, you can be literally one out of one. And so you're going to be, anybody going to that market is going to want to look to stay at this most exclusive, unique property. And Jeff set me up for the question. If you're looking to do something Orlando-ish, they do theme rooms really well. They do princess rooms and Disney rooms, and they have slides in them and fireman poles and like incredible bunk beds. If you're looking to do a cabin like up in the Smokies, these indoor pools with garage doors, incredible fire pits outside with the big lights that kind of go overhead, the garden lights that go overhead, creating an incredible outdoor space, a very unique and clean lines of modern furniture inside. Those are things that work. If you're looking to do like a beach property, I would say have a souped up golf cart or have a really cool, unique lanai in the back, a place to hang out and tell stories and have a cold one if that's what you're prone to do. I just mentioned probably 20 things and Jeff only asked for 3, but depending on the market you're in and depending on what you're going for. So if you're going for a more mountainous, cabinish feel, I think the overall theme is make your indoor space look really unique. And so you can get these ideas from the hottest markets and make your outdoor space, at least create one. So many folks don't even have an outdoor space. They're just looking to make a buck. And it's that jumping off point, that faith jumping off point. Man, do I want to invest even though I haven't made money yet? The answer is always yes, or you're barely going to scrape by.
Yeah, no, I agree. And our preferred method of accommodation, or our preferred accommodations, is a short-term rental when we're traveling as a family. And I see so many of these listings where it's a great listing if they were looking to sell the house. But it looked like a listing photos that you would see on realtor.com. As someone who's looking for a property traveling with kids, which is pretty typical, because families want these type of accommodations where they're not splitting up hotel rooms and having to worry about where the kids are staying with the parents. It's just, you're basically going to these cool places, these cool areas in the country, and you get to set up your home in somebody else's home. But back to my idea of these photos, I'm like, what are my kids going to do? What are we going to do? Really, the picture that you painted was just these can be concepts. When you look at the homes in Orlando, where they do, so many people do an amazing job with these theme rooms, the game rooms, you can transfer that over to a cabin in Utah. It's a place where your kids, when you get there, you're like, hey, remember that room we saw in the pictures? Go check it out. You go play. And then we're going to go, mom and dad and grandparents are going to go to the backyard place, and we're going to go hang out in the backyard. It's back to that idea like you were talking about. You can look in those markets, even if it's an Orlando or a 30A or Gulf Shores, and you can take those concepts and you can use that at any property, but you have to know who your audience is.
Jeff, you're exactly right. Know who your audience is, know who your avatar is, know who you're catering to. But what I love about this industry is, unlike long-term rentals or like a basic hotel, Like you can be really creative. If you can think of it like a milkshake machine, or if you can think of it, you can put it in there and it's going to work. Like a lot of times it just works. Like I tell people all the time, you don't want this to feel like your home, because in my home, things are broken and the floor is dirty sometimes. You want it to more resemble like a high-end boutique hotel, like the furnishings, the game room, the amenity package. When they get there, you want them to be greeted with like soaps and whatever in the welcome basket. You want it to be just feel and look nice, because the hardest part in this business is getting the client the first time. It's way easier getting the client the second time. And if you continue to invest, reinvest, and stand out, then you're more likely to do that.
No, that's awesome. Mark, appreciate your time. Appreciate the information, the wisdom, the 3 things that we turned into more than 3 things, but that's all right. Hey, somebody's going to get something out of this today, and that's awesome. But tell people how they can connect with you if there's anything that resonated with them today and they'd like to check out more of your stuff or connect with you.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at McDaniel629. I'm also on Instagram at Good Endeavor STR Show, and I'm on Facebook. And then we have a property management company in the Smokies called StaySimply.com.
Awesome. Appreciate joining us today again, and keep doing awesome things. Until next time.
Jeff Chisum is a registered mortgage loan officer with CMG Home Loans, NMLS ID 1820. CMG Home Loans is an equal housing lender. All programs, products, and terms discussed on this show are subject to change without notice.